Yesterday I did bench press and deadlift. My new program started last week, and I think it's really going well. It's really going well. Almost ideally same as what I expected. So basically, I cannot show you a program because I'm driving, but I think I can just explain how I do it. So what I do for the new program, on my day one of the first week of the cycle, I do overhead press, and day 3 or day 2, depending on my condition, I do bench and deadlift, and day 3 again bench and deadlift, and day 4 I do deadlift. So there's all days are pretty much, except the overhead press day, I do deadlift and bench. Sort of split it down, and there's no squat. So I'm going to focus more on the deadlift and bench. Those numbers are gaining really quick. I can feel I'm getting really strong without any problem. As for which number I'm using it, for example, day 2, I do bench press about 70 to 80% of the working max. Not working max, I'm sorry. 70 to 80% of the, yes, I'm sorry, working max. That's right, working max. And then on day 3, I do 90% of the working max. And when I'm talking about working max, it's not the working max for the whole cycle. I have like 4 to 3 weeks on the cycle. Each week is different. Each week gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Obviously, when I talk about 90%, it's not the 90% of the working max. It's difficult to explain mathematically. It's actually on the Excel file. So, for example, if my working max is 200 pounds for the bench press, on my first week, my working max for that week would be something like 170 pounds, and after on the week 3 and week 4, it's going to be close to 200 pounds, probably 190 pounds. Or if I decide to do heavy single, it's going to be 200 pounds. So it's really up to me. And as for which number I'm going to hit, of course I have to look at my condition. So if I'm feeling good, I'll jump up to working max 100%. I know that more volume of course means more gain, but not always, because the fatigue is also a variance of the gaining the strength. So you just gotta play smart. And as for what's the ideal number, there's no such thing as ideal number, because your body condition is another variance besides the fatigue. So sometimes your strength might go up like rapidly, and sometimes might go slow. Sometimes you might even lose the strength. Yes, that is possible. Not because you get sick, but sometimes you are not sick, but you still lose your strength. There's a lot of factors to it, but you gotta look at overall picture. In the long term, if you make the right picture, you will gain. It's kind of like investing in a stock. Investing in a stock, you don't just look at a few months for you to gain a lot of stocks. It's very similar principle. Of course, I think powerlifting is more scientific. Stock is more about gambling. There's no guarantee. But powerlifting, yes, if you do it right, if you put a lot of effort will pay you back. It's not a gamble, it is truth.